and gentlemen, I take great pleasure in introducing my little friend Jerry. Come up here on my knee, young man, and say how do you do to the ladies and gentlemen.
Howdy, folks. Jerry speaking.
That's a good little fellow.
Say, Phil, can the folks see us?
Why, of course they can't see us.
How are they going to tell which one is the dummy?
Why, they can tell from our voices. Haven't you noticed how much more dramatic mine is than yours?
Why don't you do something for it?
What are you talking about?
Didn't you say your voice was rheumatic?
I said dramatic. I used to play in Shakespeare.
I suppose you were the nothing they made so much ado about. Jerry speaking. Say, Phil.
What is it now?
I wasn't feeling very good yesterday.
Oh, you weren't feeling well yesterday. What's the matter? Did you have a cold?
No, I had a frankfurter.
Here, I guess you want me to put you back in the trunk, don't you? I don't know what you younger generation are coming to. For instance, take the girls of 16.
You take 'em, Phil. That's too old for me.
Well, what will the girls of 16 be 20 years from now? Tell me that.
They'll be 36, but they won't admit it. Jerry speaking.
Oh, you're a smart little fellow, aren't you? I suppose you'll be asking me to get you an encyclopedia next.
No, nothing doing.
Oh, you don't want an encyclopedia?
No, I'm too old for that. Get me a bicycle instead. Say, Phil.
What is it now?
You know that girl who lives next door to us?
Yes, what about her?
She had her face lifted.
Oh, she had her face lifted.
Yeah, but she got the doctor's bill today and it dropped again.
Oh, well, we can't all be beautiful.
If she was beautiful, she'd be beautiful and dumb.
Why, how do you know?
I asked her when Rome was built.
Oh, you asked her when Rome was built. What did she say?
She said at night because everybody knew Rome wasn't built in a day. Jerry speaking.
Oh, now you're getting historical.
Come again, Phil?
I said you're getting historical. But I suppose you don't even know the meaning of the word historical.
Oh, yes, I do. When you laugh too hard, you get historical.
No. I'm referring to history. For instance, did you ever hear of Wilson?
Nope.
Well, did you ever hear of Taft?
Nope.
Well, did you ever hear of Cleveland?
Is his last name Ohio?
Oh, you're simply hopeless.
Say, Phil, I'm getting tired of my diet.
Getting tired of your diet?
Yes, I have chicken every morning.
Chicken every morning? My gracious, how is it served?
In the shell. Jerry speaking.
You drive me crazy yet. Here, stop jumping up and down like that. What's the idea?
I bought a second-handed watch, and if I don't keep moving, it'll stop.
Oh, I thought you were trying to learn a new dance or something. By the way, do you dance much?
Not much. The floors are so crowded you can't tell who your partner is.
Well, I thought I saw you dancing with the neighbor's daughter last night, didn't I?
You did, but no more.
Well, why no more?
I asked her if I could have the last dance with her, and she said, you've already had your last dance with me.
Here, now, back in the trunk you go.
All right, but don't try to hide me in a bag anymore.
In a bag? Oh, you mean the other day when I hid you and the man asked what was in the bag?
Yeah, that's the time.
And I told him you were sleigh bells?
Yeah, but when you turn your back, he kicked me to find out for sure.
Oh, he didn't believe you were sleigh bells.
I guess not, but I fooled him.
Oh, you fooled him. Why, what did you do?
When he kicked me, I said, jingle, jingle. Jerry speaking.
Here, back in the trunk you go.
Bye, everybody.
Act 2.
All right, young man, come up on my knee like a good little fellow. Well, why don't you say something?
I'm waiting for you to open my mouth. Howdy, folks. Gary speaking.
That's the boy.
What's the matter, Phil? You look down in the mouth tonight?
Why, I'm not feeling very well. I'm afraid I'm getting old.
Cheer up, I'm getting old myself.
Yes, but like you, I was quite young once.
You'd be surprised if I told you how young I was once.
Here, young man, what does this mean? Look at your clothes. Why, they're full of holes.
I was playing grocery store with the gang, and I was the cheese.
Why, you don't expect me to swallow that.
What, the cheese?
No, that story. You've been fighting again, that's what's happened. Now I'll have to buy you a new suit.
That's nothing. The other guy's papa will have to buy him a new boy. Jerry speaking.
Say, young man, who gave you that black eye?
They didn't give it to me. I had to fight for it.
Well, what started the fight?
That red and white sweater I had on.
Why, how could a red and white striped sweater start a fight?
They thought it was a stick of peppermint and started to lick me.
Oh, I'm afraid you're exaggerating.
Come again?
I say I'm afraid you're exaggerating, stretching the truth. Do you know what happens to boys who do that?
Sure, they grow up and get jobs selling real estate. Jerry speaking.
Speaking of real estate, I understand you have some new neighbors living next to you.
Yeah, and the way they borrow stuff lately, the next time I give a party, it'll have to be at their house.
Why, there are quite a few girls in the family, aren't there?
Yep, the oldest one is 32.
Well, who comes after her?
Nobody yet, but I heard her old man say the first guy that did could have her.
Oh, you're entirely too smart for your age. You must be a star pupil in school.
I went to sleep in school the other day.
You went to sleep in school? Well, did the teacher lecture you?
Yeah, that's what put me to sleep.
How do you expect to learn anything if you sleep during your classes? What will you be when you grow up?
I could be a night watchman. Jerry speaking. Say, Phil, look how you're dressed. You got the right shoe on the left foot.
Why, what are you talking about? I've got the left shoe on my left foot.
Well, that's the right shoe for the left foot, isn't it?
Here, none of that. Speaking of feet, I've been shopping all day. The stores certainly are crowded.
Yeah, I went to pay for something the other day and I found my hand in the other fellow's pocket.
Well, you'd better be more careful. Say, Jerry, maybe you can help me decide what to get that tall, red-headed friend of mine for his birthday. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, or play cards.
Get him a hot water bottle. Jerry speaking. Say, Phil.
Well, what is it now?
Do you know the difference between a man and a woman buying presents?
No, what is the difference?
A man will give $2 for a dollar thing he wants, and a woman will give $1 for $2 things she doesn't want.
Say, young man, while I think of it, you were very rude the other day. Do you know that?
What do you mean, rude?
Why, when that lady came in, you sat there without rising.
Well, what about it?
Don't you know that a gentleman always rises when a lady comes in the room?
No.
Well, they do.
Well, I'll be darned. Who started that now?
Why, that's an old custom handed down from our forefathers.
Did you have forefathers?
Oh, I suppose you think that's funny.
Speaking of that, I heard a fella say you were quite a wit today.
A what?
One of those funny fellas, a wit.
Well, what of it?
I told him he was half right.
Here, that's enough from you. If you don't mend your ways, I'll leave you home after this.
If you ever did, you'd starve to death. Jerry speaking.
Here, get back in the trunk.